Good afternoon, good morning, Facebook. It's Stephen, and I am live. And I've just been talking by Cheryl that she will see that Stephen and Cheryl are live on Twitch. Okay, it's just going to say okay to Cheryl. And today, Thursday, at well, it's 1 p.m. Eastern at the moment, is it? No, it's not. It's 12 p.m. Eastern. This is Talker Tuesday, and welcome to the show. If you are watching live, then thank you. And if you want to make a comment, please do. When we're on Twitch, we actually know who's watching. Don't know who's watching on Facebook. Ah, Mr. Upton. Hello, John. Nice to see you. This is one of those occasions when my co-host has just messaged me, and Lynda is trying to get an internet connection at the moment. Now, if you don't know, Lynda is out and about at the moment, and she's interviewing people on the red carpet, and she's hoping to get a signal and hoping to join us live because we're preparing for Talk Tuesday at 12 p.m. Pacific. I say hello to Barbara, and nice to see you. And Talker Tuesday starts at 12 p.m. Pacific next week, and I can tell you, I can reveal for the first time ever, this is not the finished graphic, I have to say, but it is a graphic that tells the story. Talker Tuesday is a search for co-hosts. Lynda is searching for 2 co-hosts for her shows, and we're holding what best can be described as, well, interviews more than anything else. And the first Talker Tuesday is next week, and it will have Rohit, Clara, Lynda, and Cheryl, and they will be on from 12 p.m. Eastern to 12:30 West Pacific. Sorry, all the clocks are mixed up this week. First half hour there'll be 2, and the second half hour there'll be 2, and then you will vote for who you feel should go forward to the semi-finals. And one person from each show will go through to the semi-finals until we eventually find 2 perfect co-hosts. Now, when Lynda put this together, she thought that she'd be lucky to actually get 2 applicants. Little did she know. We now I don't know what happened there. We now stand at 20. This is going to be one of those shows. I can tell in my bones that things are not going to. I just got kicked into the lobby then. Talker Tuesday next week will feature Rohit, Clara, Lynda, and Cheryl. Cheryl we know, and the 3 people we shall meet during the course of the show next Tuesday. And then you can vote and decide who is going to go through to the next round. And we're going to, by the middle of December, have decided, with your help, on the 2 co-hosts for the show. Now, I'm keeping an eye on Messenger at the moment because I know Lynda is out and about. So if anybody wants to join me, whether this works or not, I don't know. And I'm going to comment, and hopefully that will come through. 5, 4, 3. No. Things are not going well. And Barbara's saying fantastic, good luck to everyone. I'm trying to post a comment from here. That's not working. So I'm going to take my life in my hands, go over to Facebook and comment there. And the link, if you want to join me on camera, is, I can't even comment. Oh no. If you're going to have a bad show, there's very little you can do about it. The link to join me on camera, if you want to, is here. Right, okay, managed to do that successfully. I have to turn down my voice, otherwise you'll be able to, I can hear myself in stereo. So the link, if you want to join me on camera, I've just posted it a bit over onto Facebook. will hang in here. I'm waiting for. No, as if by magic, my co-host, Lynda. Hello. Hello.
I can't hear you, so hold on. Hi. Let me figure this out real quick. If you can hear me.
I can.
Give me a second. Da, 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 da.
Okay. I can hear you, but if you can't hear me, we do have a little bit of a problem.
Say something.
All right, we can hear you, Lynda, but you can't hear us. Right, okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I have this every time I set up my computer in a new place, I have to go find my sound settings, and I found them. Yay! Hello,
Good.
hello.
Right, okay. So my first question, as always, is Lynda, where are you today?
Where are you? Today, I am in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's on the East Coast of the United States. And, I've never been here before. I have no idea what it looks like because I got in at almost 1 in the morning. And then I came straight to a conference. I'm attending a conference called Entrepreneur City Live, and really excited to be here and just love the people here in North Carolina.
Brilliant. So it's quite a trek to get there from San Diego.
Okay, so you're a little spotty. Is probably the network connection I have here is not the best. So you said something about San Diego.
Yeah, I was questioning. It's quite a trip from San Diego to where you are now.
Yeah, we did. I had one layover, in Atlanta. So I've never been to Atlanta, so now I have, but only in the airport.
Right, and who's appearing at the event?
There's a lot of different speakers. This is it's an entrepreneur event. And so it's, about helping people to grow their business. One of the people who is here speaking is Laurel Langemeyer. And I actually might have her come in and join us during our show this morning, if I can find her, wave her down. But she's a, financial business coach. She was Oprah Winfrey's financial coach. So it was really awesome to have her here at the event. Plus we have, a lot of other speakers. I don't have my list, but, a lot of other speakers here who are going to help people to grow their businesses.
Brilliant. Now, we're on Talker Tuesday at the moment, and it's the first round takes place next Tuesday, doesn't it?
Yes, November 6th at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, and 8 p.m. UK time, where our auditions start. I'm so excited to find a co-host or two co-hosts to help me run the show. So yeah, make sure you tune in. And that's going to be every Tuesday, November 6th. So it'll be every Tuesday, November 6th through the end of December. And then that'll be for the voting for the auditions to vote for my co-host. And then the actual show starts January 8th of 2019, and it will run 12 weeks. It'll be a 12-week season. It's going to be so much fun. Can't wait.
Indeed. Well, next week we've got Rohit and Clara, and if I could put that to full screen, Lynda and Cheryl.
Yes.
So the format is that two of them are on for half an hour, then the other two. Is that right?
Yeah. So on this particular instance, Rohit and Clara will be on the first half hour, so from 12 to 12:30, and then Lynda and Cheryl will be on the second half hour, 12:30 to 1. And then after the show is over, then we'll, just like American Idol, we'll open the voting polls, and then you'll be able to have a chance to go and vote for your favorite person who you think should be, co-host with me on the show. So in the end, by the time we get to the very end, it's going to be 2 total co-hosts with me. And since Be Live, we have an opportunity to have 4 people on screen. It's going to be cool because we're going to also be able to invite guests. Now, when we have the co-hosts that are selected, that you have selected as the audience to be my co-host on the show, the co-host, me and Steven, will all get together because Steven is producing the show. We'll all get together and decide on which guests we want to have on, we'll decide on which topics we're going to speak about, because the topics will be based on the three of us, or three of us on screen, like what's best for us, what works for us. So my whole thing will be, though, no politics, no religion. I'm sorry. It's just like, it's too heated, and I'm not into heated conversations, you know.
Yeah. It says fun and positive and uplifting is the sort of is the way the show's going to be. And
Right.
you're looking to line up guests that you know and that your co-hosts know.
Right. And then also, let's say you're a person in the audience that's watching, and you're like, I know somebody who would be perfect for that show. You can go ahead and reach out to me. And my email is Lynda, Lynda, at livinglive.tv. But you might know somebody who'd be like a perfect fit to be on the show as one of our guests. So, go ahead, you reach out to me or send them my way, and we'll talk to them and see about getting them on the show. It'd be a lot of fun.
Truly. Let's see. Now, just doing it is the theme of the show, and you are just doing it this weekend, but you're always on the go.
Shoot, I have a little bit of the connection was
sound
bad there.
issue. Right. Okay.
Take it away, Stephen.
I was just saying that you're always just doing it, in that you always have something coming up in terms of presenting or interviewing, or how do you do it?
I feel like I'm talking to Charlie Brown's teacher.
Okay. Now, a question for the audience then. If you can hear me clearly, please say yes, we can. Yes. If you can't, say no, and we'll take action to actually improve the quality of the broadcast. So, can you hear me? Absolutely. And I think we've also got a problem on the comments as well today, Lynda. Right. Okay. I'm not sure if anybody. Can you hear me now? No. Right. Okay. Yeah.
If you can hear me, Stephen, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop off here. I'm going to go onto my phone, and I'm going to go find a place that has better Wi-Fi. Okay.
Okay. Right. Okay. And Lynda is going
in just a bit.
Okay. Lynda is going to love it. Thank you, Barbara. This is one of those shows. I could hear Lynda, you could hear Lynda, and I say hello to Catherine. We're having technical problems today because Lynda is actually on the road, and not quite sure whether she's actually going to be able to get a signal or not. So this could be either. Well, let's just wait and see what happens. If you've got any questions about Talker Tuesday or about Just Do It, then now would be a good time to ask them. I'm lucky at the moment. I'm just doing it with three co-hosts, co-partners. As you all know, I'm working with RJ Redden on a Udemy course about messenger bots, and that's proving to be a lot of fun. And we're putting the course together carefully, but in record time, and that will be out most definitely by Black Friday on Udemy. And I think that the messenger bots are sort of the best way to go for your marketing, and that's my first Just Do It. Is Barbara saying hello, everyone? Welcome back, Barbara. And Barbara is, thank you, brilliant. If you're watching live, this is Just Do It with Lynda and Stephen. Although you can only see Stephen on screen at the moment, I'm rest assured that Barbara has seen Lynda and that Catherine has seen Lynda, and I can, just a minute. This is latest up. We're looking better. 3, 2, 1, by the magic of BeLive.tv. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can't hear you, so I'm going to drop out again. I'm going to come back in if you can hear me.
I can hear. We can hear you. Okay, now Lynda's frozen, so I'll take Lynda off the screen. Oh, Lynda's back. She was traveling on an escalator then. I don't know if she can still hear me. And yes, you probably see her before I do. I'm waiting for a thumbs up to say that we're good to go. And let's just follow Lynda on her travels for a moment. So I'm bringing Lynda back to the broadcast, and you're on your travels. Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's the beauty of, oh, that's a big air conditioner. Okay, sorry, I got distracted there. That's the beauty of live video, right? We never know what's going to happen.
Oh, we don't. Expect the unexpected.
I'm going to go outside. Maybe it's a better connection. Yeah, so I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Here, I'll just show a little bit of what it looks like on the outside. Hey, do you guys have these bikes there, Stephen, in the UK, where people can just like pay a little bit of money to ride these?
Yep.
Well, that's not a bicycle, of course, but you guys have that out there? It's so cool. I love it.
Yeah, we've got them certainly in London and other cities as well.
Have you ever been run over by one?
No, no.
Me neither, not yet. I mean, I'm sure it's going to happen at some point. You know, get me on one of those and I might run over people because I won't know how to stop it. You know? Yeah, so this is really cool. They have these statues here. Well, this is nothing compared to England, I'm sure. But for me, being from San Diego, this is really cool because the East Coast was, you know, built way before the West Coast was. So there's a lot of cool stuff here. Yeah. So here I am, Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah. So what's going on, Stephen?
I don't know. I've been told that I'm out of sync at the moment, so I may need to refresh.
Okay.
At the moment, we've got Barbara and Catherine and John are here cheering us on. And you're actually interviewing people today.
Yes, that's the plan. Interviewing people live. But if the internet connection isn't very good up there, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So I'm going to have to try to, you know, figure something out. My plan was to use BeLive and conduct these interviews throughout the day and run like 4 hours at a time, you know, interviewing people for 4 hours. And because I think 4 hours is the maximum amount of time that we can go live. So that was my plan. We'll see how that works. You know, just deal with whatever happens.
Oh, true. But the Wi-Fi connection is important. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's getting a little chilly out here. I'm going to go back inside.
All right. Okay. A bit of technical information then. Right. Barbara was asking. I now get to Barbara's question. Stephen, what causes you not to be in sync? Okay.
Oh, good question.
What's happening? Right, and we're coming in great now. Back to Barbara's question. When you're broadcasting live, your signal goes through to Facebook, but it doesn't go directly there. It goes to BeLive.tv first, and Lynda's signal from Charlotte and mine from Wiltshire, England, are combined together to actually create the display you're seeing on Facebook now. But the thing is, the video and the audio travel separately. Yeah. So the video is sent and the audio is sent. So what BeLive do is put the two back together. Yeah. Now 99.9% of the time, when they go back together, it will fit. It'll be totally in sync. Occasionally, though, what can happen due to the internet signal is that you can go out of sync. As users, there's nothing we can do about it other than make sure that we've got a good internet connection. And right, okay. And Abigail's been watching too.
Hello.
So we can now see your comments. Yeah, that's a good point. If you're not watching on the BeLive page, you'll find a link directly up above. You can click and you can come and watch this and comment live. And we'd love you to do that. So technically, although it looks straightforward to us, and that's the way BeLive plan it, it is actually quite complicated. And it's when I first saw this, when they first came out with this, Lynda, which was over 2 years ago now, I thought that's a miracle. I mean,
Yeah.
how are they actually doing it? How are they taking our signal, combining it, and then putting it on Facebook? And I still sort of think that they've worked a magic, because the bandwidth required is low. The sort of pull on your computer, the computer power that's needed is low as well. So we're just glad to be here, really.
Exactly. And that's what's cool about it. You know, for those who aren't using live video yet, I don't even know what the percentages are as to, you know, how many people are using live video. But as you can tell, you know, it's a really great way to connect with people, and, you know, having this opportunity to be able to interview people or just be on a show with somebody, you know, from a different country at whatever time of day it is where they are. The opportunities are endless, and I absolutely love it. I think you know, the live videos is definitely a way to go. I'm a huge proponent of it, because if you have a business, you need to be out there. You need to have people see what you're doing. And what's one of the best ways to do that? Well, it's by live video, because you have an opportunity to actually connect with your people and talk to them while you're live. Imagine you're selling a product, or, you know, especially selling a product, because you have a physical product you can show people. And if they have questions, they're like, hey, can you turn it to the left? Can you turn it to the right? You can actually, you know, respond to them. And I'm going to share really quickly. There's a woman I know who created a product called Sash Bag, and it's a woman's well, men wear them too, but it's called a sash bag. And so it's kind of like a fanny pack, but everything's evenly distributed throughout your entire body. And it's really cool. The reason I mention that is because she was doing a live video where she was getting rid of some of her surplus product that she had. So like she had about 60 bags left that she needed to sell really cheap, because they had like a small defect in them. So like one of them was missing a zipper. You know, I ended up buying the one that is missing the zipper. So she got on a live video, and she was putting her video out there, and she was selling all these bags. It was so awesome. She sold them all online in a matter of a half hour. She sold over 50 bags in a half hour. If she didn't, here my point is, if she didn't have this live video opportunity, and let's say she put them up on eBay, or she put them up on Amazon, or she put them up on Craigslist or something like that, people would have to like message her and ask questions, and she'd go back and forth. Well, she had an opportunity to look at all the questions people were asking, and when people were like reserving their bag, they would say, I want bag number 30, I want bag number 2. She was able to sell them right online because she was doing live video. Huge proponent of live video. That's my tirade. Live video tirade.
I totally agree. And now that we can actually go from Be Live to Twitch, it opens up new possibilities, because we can actually make money live broadcasting.
Yeah.
Now, Abigail asked a question earlier, and somewhere else, but she brought it over here. What is the weather like in Charlotte today? Have you actually been outside to see it? Well, you went outside then. Is it warm or?
Yeah, so I just now stepped outside. It's not humid. I thought it would be humid. It's not. It's I'm not sure what the Celsius is, but the temperature I would say is probably about 63 to 65 degrees, which to me, being from San Diego, that's really cold. Right, Abigail?
Oh,
We're
no,
wimpies.
no. I'm in the UK. That's quite warm. That's
right.
That's good.
You're like, oh my gosh, it's a warm day.
Yeah.
No, it's cold.
We definitely know we're heading into winter at the moment, because the temperature is falling. It's about 45 degrees today.
Okay, wow.
Okay, so there you are. You're in the sunshine, and we are in we've got the grey skies.
The dreary. Well, the term London fog, it's not just a term, it's a reality, right?
It is less so now, but it used to be, because all the factories were powered by, I mean, there are cities that get smog today, but London is not one of them, because we have cleaner air, and all the industries that used to create the smog have closed down long ago. So that's no longer true, fortunately. No, we've gone green. We're going greener every day, and we've got bikes in London, so you can actually travel on foot. We've got the underground trains, and we've got the red buses and the black cab taxis, and we don't get smog these days.
That's good. That's good.
Indeed, we're very lucky. in that respect. Now, just to say, just a quick advert, if you don't mind, Lynda. Cheryl and I are on Twitch at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, right.
Okay, I'm good. I'm just doing the advert. If you're wondering about what Twitch is all about, because you can go from BeLive to Twitch now, you can actually go live in high definition, record in high definition, repurpose in high definition, and you can make money as well. If you want to find out how, then join us in 35 minutes. Back to Ash.
So you go to twitch.com, and then Stephen, if you can just share with people like what your handle is and my handle, and that way if you guys are over on Twitch, or if you're joining Twitch, go on over there and go follow us, because we're trying to get, like, what is it, 100 followers we need to have for
50,
something?
50.
I don't know. 50.
Right.
So we're looking.
In order
I have
to
two.
Okay. In order to make money, you need 50 followers. You need to broadcast. That's doable. You need 8 hours a month. We do more than that anyway.
Yeah.
You need to broadcast for 7 days in a given month. We certainly do that. And there's a fourth requirement, which is if you've got the first 3, then the fourth one's a doddle. We'll describe all of those later this afternoon.
Yeah.
Right,
so
now,
what's your Twitch handle? It's Stephen Healey, right?
It is, yes. Yeah, that will find me on Twitch. Now,
and then mine is Lynda West, so it's at Lynda West. If you could put that on the screen, that would be awesome. So again, it's twitch.com. If you are on Twitch, go follow us there. And if you're not on Twitch yet, go to twitch.com, sign up. It's a really great way to, it's tapping into a new audience. So here's what's cool about this, Stephen. What I like about this is I've been doing interview and videos for a little over 4.5 years now. And when Facebook, first came out with live videos, I was so excited because now I could do my live videos and I didn't have to download videos and upload them. And so that was really cool. But then I didn't know what I was doing. I'm just doing videos just to do videos because I made a promise to somebody that I would do a video every day. Well, what I realized is throughout the time, because I've done so many videos and about totally random, nonsensical things, really, most of my videos, I realized, shoot, I potentially lost some audience because I wasn't focused on something. So now that Twitch, BeLive can now stream over to Twitch as well, I realized that what I can do is start with a totally brand new audience over on Twitch, and I can be strategic with my videos. So although some of my videos on Facebook are strategic, some aren't. On Twitch, I'm looking at having those be all strategic. So I know what my end result is going to be, what I want to do with Twitch, and we'll see what happens. So I'm excited to kind of test this out and see how that goes.
Well, I'm quite enjoying it. And as you say, you've got the existing audience that will come across from Facebook, but you can build a new audience as well. Mm-hmm. And just before I get to my next question for you, Abigail is asking, is there a Twitch app? Yes, there's a Twitch app for iOS and for Android. Mm-hmm. And for those who don't know, Twitch is owned by Amazon. Amazon bought it for $987 million in 2014. That's a penny or two, isn't it? And they've been growing it ever since. Now, my next question is, I noticed, because I on Facebook, we see each other's posts, you've actually got 3 book projects on the go for which you're looking for co-conspirators. Would you like to explain?
Yes. Well, first of all, I'll share at the very beginning that I got a message from my mentor the other day, and it was a text message, and all it said is, "You're crazy for doing 3 books at once." I was like, I am? Oh my God, I didn't talk to him first. I'm just a lot of things I do first, and then I talk to him later, which is probably supposed to be the other way around. But I am what I am, and I am who I am. And so anyway, I'm working on 3 collaborative books. And first of all, why am I working on collaborative books in the first place? Well, my very first book that I wrote was as a collaborator. I was a collaborator of a book called Footsteps of the Fearless. And it was kind of interesting. It was almost perfect timing for me because it was in 2015. 2015 is the year that I faced a fear every single day. So it was interesting that here's this book called Footsteps of the Fearless while I'm facing all my fears. And so I was like, I want to be in the book. So I joined that collaboration book, and that was my first, like my indoctrination into being in a book and being in this book with these really amazing people. So after that, my mentor, he said, you need to write your own book. And so we talked about it, and we talked about writing a book called The Year of Fears, about my fears that I faced in 2015 and the lessons that I learned along the way. So that was the natural progression. So then I started thinking, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, what's my next natural progression? And that would be to lead my own collaborative books. And I have 3 different titles. So one of them is called 13 Lessons from Action Takers Who Changed the World. I'm really super excited about this one because I have the creator of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I have the founder of UGG Boots Australia. I have the gentleman who created the credit card magnetic strip, as well as my mentor, Greg Reed. They're all going to be in that book. But in addition to that, I have 13 featured authors who will be in the book, and we're going to make a movie out of it. So what I do is I'm going to interview everybody about their chapters as well as about the entire book, and then create a movie out of that. So if you think of the movie, if any of you have seen the movie The Secret, it's inspired by The Secret. And so I figured, you know what, it's been about almost 20 years since The Secret came out. It's about time for something else to come out. So why not me? Why not me? At first I started thinking that, well, who am I to do this? But then I realized it's not, the thing is like, just do it, right? Like, why not me? So I'm in the process of doing that. And I currently have 6 spots left, or 6 chapters left. So I have 7 featured authors already signed up. And then I'm looking for 6 more people who want to be part of that project. And then the other one is called Invisible No More, Invincible Forevermore. The reason I came up with this title is because I had spent the first 51 years of my life scared to speak out loud, scared to say anything, because I had so many fears, and fear of judgment is like one of the number one fears that we as human beings have. And so I had this huge fear of judgment. And then once I started actually speaking and saying, sharing what I thought, my own opinions, my own voice, and sharing that with the world, I discovered that I'd become, I don't want to say invincible, but in a way, invincible. So I used to be invisible, and now I'm invincible. In my own mind, I am invincible, and I just love that title because it's really befitting of me, as well as many, many people that I know that live their life also stifled, scared to speak out. And now they're living this life of sharing themselves with the world, whether it's via live video, maybe they're putting on workshops or seminars, putting on events, or maybe they're speaking on stage, all these different ways that we're putting ourselves out there and sharing ourselves with the world. So that's that one. And then the last one is more like self-explanatory. It's called Be Fearless Entrepreneurs. So I believe all entrepreneurs are fearless because we're putting ourselves out there in a way where we're different than, I was in corporate for 36 years, and there's a lot of security in corporate. Whereas when you become an entrepreneur and you make that leap and you either leave corporate, or maybe you never worked in corporate and you've always been an entrepreneur, that's a scary thing for a lot of people. And because you have taken that leap and done it, I say you are fearless because you're willing to do whatever it takes for you to do what it is that you want to do. So that's the Fearless Entrepreneurs. There's my 3 collaborative books. Is it crazy? Yes. I told my mentor, I said, I have this great idea of how I'm going to make it work. And he's like, well, cool. I hope it works. And if so, I might change my model to the same thing. So here I am kind of like pioneering an idea of like how I'm doing this. And we'll see how it works. wish me luck.
I sense that everyone is behind you, supporting you. How can people get involved?
Oh, well, that would be, again, just like send me an email at Lynda at livinglive.tv. Or if you're my Facebook friend, of course, send me a Facebook message. I just got one just now while we were on here right now saying, I want to be part of one of your books. And so thank you so much, whoever that was that messaged me. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And just, being a part of a collaborative book, it's a great way to get started because, first of all, you don't have to write anything. I interview you for all of the books. And then I have a ghostwriter who actually writes the book for us. And then you review your chapter. You can read the whole book if you want, but you review your chapter, let us know that, yes, this is awesome, it's good to go, or make all these changes. And then we publish it after that. So you don't have to write anything, which I think is the beauty of it, because that's the hardest part, I think, for a lot of people, is to actually sit down and write. And you don't have to worry about it, because I'm going to interview you. I'm going to ask you questions. The questions are going to be what's going to help me to get the information out of you that's telling your story in a way that's going to be compelling to other people. And we have an opportunity to inspire and motivate people to take action. That's one of my main things that I love doing, is inspiring and motivating people to take action in what they're doing.
Brilliant. I can't keep up. You know that, don't
you? That's okay. I'm keeping up.
All right. That's good. That's good.
I know there's so many things I'm doing. And what's interesting, Stephen, is one of my business coaches, he's like, you got to do one thing. You got to focus on one thing, focus on one thing. And what I found is that every time I started focusing on one thing, I felt like constricted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I felt constricted. And that's not my...
I think we have lost Lynda in mid-sentence.
So I realized that that's not my personality, is to... Oh, I see what happened. Mobile hotspot disconnected.
Okay.
Get back.
All right, this is live video. Anything can happen, probably will. And we're joining two continents here. Right, you're back.
I'm back. Yeah, my mobile hotspot. I'm in a hotel right now, and their Wi-Fi is very slow, so I'm on my mobile hotspot, which is working just great. Okay, so I don't remember where I was on that, but the thing is, I was feeling constricted every time I tried to focus on just that one thing, because that's just not my personality. And I love doing a lot of things. My sister used to say, she used to say, like, I like to go to the symphony and sit there and watch the musicians playing their instruments. You like to go to the circus and watch everything. And I'm like, that's it. I'm like the circus person, I like to have a lot of things. So what I found is, once I actually ended up leaving that business coach, and once I left, it was like 1 week later, I started doing more than one thing. And I found myself just like my whole life had opened, and it's like, and it's hard to explain, but a person who likes to do a lot of things, for me, as long as I can keep it all organized and straight, then why not?
Right. Okay. That's my question then. How do you keep it all organized?
Well, I use a system called Trello. You guys check it out. I think it's free. I don't think I'm paying anything. Trello.com, Trello.com. It's what I use. There's a whole bunch of systems out there, like Asana is another, I think it's a free one. But there's a lot of like organizational tools. And so two things I do something called time blocking, and I actually have a download. You guys can, a free download. You can go to livinglive.tv/time blocking. Go there, download that. It's a free document. This document saved my life. It saved my life. Well, I learned it from somebody else, then I created my own way to do it that works best for me. And then I created this document to use. But time blocking is a way that I really am able to make sure that I'm always on task. So it's just making sure I block out the time on my calendar to do the certain things. So for example, right now we're working on Taco Tuesdays. And so with that, I have to make sure, I'm coordinating with the right people at the right time, doing the right things. And so I created a time blocks where I work on Taco Tuesday. And then also, so that's the time blocking. So the next thing is Trello. Trello is just a way to organize what you're doing. What I love about it, so Stephen, every time I interview somebody on my show, and I've interviewed over 250 people, which is cool. It's a lot for some people and not a lot. I found somebody else who's interviewed over 3,000. So I'm like, I thought I was doing good. Oh, but you know what?
Okay.
Here we go. You got to start somewhere, right? You got to start.
Oh, yeah.
And so how can, to keep that many people organized is really hard. So I created a checklist in my Trello where every single time I have one person that I'm going to interview, and I wish I could share a screen right now, but I'm on my phone, but every time I have one person to interview, I have this whole checklist that I go through, and there's literally like 35 items for one interview that I have to go through. So I had to create this checklist in order to make sure I didn't miss anything, because I found at the beginning I was missing things, or I was doubling up, doing something twice, So I created this checklist. And so Trello really helps me to keep everything organized. So not only do I have checklists like for my interviews, but anytime when I go to a networking event and I meet somebody, how often they say that gold is in the follow-up. So how often do you go to a networking meeting, or how often do you meet somebody somewhere, you get their business card, you take it home, and it just sits there and you don't do anything with it? Well, I've created a system in Trello for me that works, that makes it so that I have an actual follow-up system. So I'm constantly doing the follow-up that I need to do, so that I have to. My life has to be organized, because you can't do this much stuff and not be organized.
Totally true. And I use Trello too.
Okay.
I was doing, well, yeah, I agree with everything you said. I use it. I'm starting shows on Twitch, and I did an interview this afternoon with Healey, who's a parenting expert. And I know nothing about parenting. Well, I'm a parent, but I don't know anything about current practice. So before the show, I got together a Trello board, and I made notes as I went along, and I was able to refer to that during the show, and it makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, it's awesome. So does Twitch have, because like how BeLive has an agenda that you can use, for those who don't know, BeLive, you can create an agenda ahead of the show so that you can have like a platform, something to follow. Does Twitch have that same kind of thing?
Twitch, it looks exactly the same as it does on Facebook.
Oh, it's because you're using BeLive, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
The only thing you don't have is photos yet, but I'm sure they will come. Barbara is saying she uses the old Pomodoro time blocking technique, and
I've heard that's great too.
Yeah. The thing with all these things is you've actually got to you've got to love them to keep them going. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, because I used to lead this mastermind group. We had 10 women in this mastermind group, and we were all trying to find, like, why can't we keep ourselves organized? We were all trying to find that thing that worked for us. And as we went on, each of us tried the same thing at the same time. So one woman actually ended up with the passion planner. It's so popular out there, right? The passion planner. And so we were all like trying the passion planner. And she was like, "This is perfect." And I was like, "Oh, I hated it. It was awful." And then we all went, so that she stayed on the passion planner. Then the rest of us went to this other one. I don't remember the name of it, but it had like all these little stickers, and like you could give yourself like little high fives, and she loved it because she could interact with the book. Right. And I was like, "Oh, what a waste of time." Because to me, it was like extra time to go find those little stickers and put them on there. And so as we each found our thing, as I think it was Barbara was saying, as we each found our thing is when we stuck with that thing. And so for me, it ended up being the time blocking as well as the Trello board. Those are the things that work for me. But you've got to keep going. Because it works for me and Stephen doesn't mean it's going to work for you. But it's not going to work for you if you don't try it.
Indeed. And it's basically just set aside some time, just go and have a look. You're not committing to it, you're just trying it out. And Trello, the thing about Trello is it's so easy to use. You create a list, you add items, you create a list, you add items.
And you move them around, and you can use it because it has a mobile app as well. So you can do it on your computer, and you can do mobile. And here's one thing I want to say about that, Stephen, is that if you try like somebody's like, "Oh my God, you got to use this system. It's perfect. It works every time." Okay, because we all know that person who does that, right? And so you have somebody who says that, and then you try it and it doesn't work for you. So here's what I want to give you permission to do, is to say, "You know what, that didn't work for me." It doesn't have to work for you, but you got to keep trying until you find the thing that actually does work for you.
That's it. Just do it. Keep trying. Right.
By the way, the security guard keeps looking at me.
All right, okay. You're live on Facebook. You should have a sort of placard that you carry around and just put both sides and say, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Shall we remind people about Talker Tuesday, which is next Tuesday?
Yes.
And
Yeah, Tuesday, November 6th, our auditions start. Woo.
And we're looking forward to seeing Rohit and Clara and Lynda and Cheryl. And we're looking forward to seeing you there too.
What's going to be interesting for me, Stephen, because I've never done a show where I do like half hour. So
yeah.
here's a couple things that will be fun to see how they work, right? Is do our 12:30 people show up on time? You know?
Well,
I don't know.
David Burrows runs a show to his local community, and he does it in 4 slots. And he's got every quarter of an hour planned. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if everybody turns up, there's no problem. But if the 12:45 doesn't turn up, he's got to do I contact the 1 o'clock and get them in early, or do I yeah, so it's going to be fun. It is definitely going to be fun and uplifting.
Yes. Yeah. Inspirational and uplifting and fun. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's gonna be fun to, embarking on new journeys, and there's so many opportunities for us to try new things in life, and like what's something you want to do and you're not doing it because you have some fear behind it, like what if it doesn't work out right? But you know what if it doesn't work out right? Who cares? It's like I have my own mantra. This mantra that I use is that if this doesn't work out the way I want it to, will it adversely affect me in 1 year? And if my answer is no, then I go down to like 6 months, and then I go to 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, 1 hour, and I just keep coming back. So if it doesn't work out, will it adversely affect your life? And if the answer is no, it really, for me, it's given me a lot more confidence to just go in and do things. Because I think, if this doesn't work out, whatever. It was just like 10 minutes of my life, and it doesn't affect me adversely.
Wise words.
Thank you.
Right. Well, you've got a busy day ahead of you.
Yep.
I wish you a very successful 3 days. I wish you good Wi-Fi as well.
Me too. Yeah. Send the Wi-Fi angels, you guys. I need the Wi-Fi angels this way.
Indeed. Would you like to close the show? And we'll be back here on Tuesday.
Yes. And we'll be on my page, which is Living Live Show. So go to my page, Living Live Show. Like that page. You'll be notified when we go live. I will be posting sometime the next day or two the link to join us, so you can get a reminder. But the Taco Tuesday auditions start Tuesday, November 6th. So we're looking for people to come on and view the show and judge the people who are auditioning. I keep calling them auditioneers. I know the word's contestants, but I like auditioneers better. But come in and watch the show, and then go ahead and vote on the person that you think is the best fit to be on the show. So it's going to be a talk show. We don't know what the topics are going to be about yet, because the topics will be based on whoever the co-hosts are that you select, you as the audience selects. The contest will run a total of about, I think it's 7 weeks total. Mm-hmm. Yep. And so we're looking for you to vote, and then the official show will start January 8th of 2019. So it'll be every Tuesday for 12 weeks, 1 season. And I'm so honored and blessed to have Stephen as the producer of the show. Thank you so much, Stephen. You're amazing. If you're looking for a producer of your show, please reach out to Stephen. He's really great at what he does, and he makes you shine. So with this is Lynda West and Stephen Healey with Just Do It. And, living our lives is the best that we can, and just doing those things that scare us so that we can live the life we truly want to live.
Totally. The time next Tuesday is 12 p.m. Pacific, which is 3 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 p.m. in the UK. And we look forward to seeing you there. Bye for now.
You guys. Thanks, Stephen.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you all.